Welcome everyone. This is Sandra Alexei from mypersonalmuse.com. I'm actually an evolutionary astrologer, numerologist, born with a veil, and I'm a spiritual and business coach. So you can check me out. Now, so I have a Facebook page. Today, what we're going to do is we're going to discuss September and the eclipse season, which we've been going through. Okay. In astrology, solar eclipses are sacred thresholds to a new reality. These are moments when the veil is thinner and our destiny is reshaped, actually, and the order of things is totally rewritten. Now, these events mark pivotal turning points in both our individual lives and the collective, as you can see what's happening in the world. Solar eclipses, which we're going to be looking at right now, are massive catalysts of change. Currently, we're being asked to trust the mystery, surrender control, and step into the unknown. Solar eclipse conjuncts the South Node. Endings make room for new beginnings. Now, we have some incredible opportunities, but the interesting thing is the last while, everything has been going kind of crazy. I know in my world too, because it's having us look at different things, okay? So we have new revelations, new developments, and as one door closes, a new door opens. Okay, this particular eclipse we're talking about is a metatonic eclipse. And in September of 2016, we had the same degree of eclipses, lunar at 15 degrees Pisces and solar at, which is what we're going to talk today about, is at 29 degrees Virgo, which is very, very interesting. Also, think of September, the 9th month. 9 is endings. Think of 2025 is a number 9 year, and it's the year of the snake. So it's shedding. So what are you shedding in your life? What are you prepared to let go so that you can embrace the new? That's going to be my question to you. Now, everyone is feeling and watching the changes in the air, in the ethers, personal lives, and in the world landscape. Major truth is being revealed. The gold is in the shadow, and we move to the light, which exposes everything. Okay, now the dark soul energies are exposed. Look at the craziness. Charlie Kirk was assassinated. So many people said, oh, he deserved it. Karma. As massive numbers of individuals in all areas of life, teachers, sport figures, health and spiritual people, etc., lost their jobs. Their dark energy was revealed and the true colors were exposed, and karma. The teachers, a lot of the teachers have had their teachers' certificates revoked. They'll never teach again. Interesting, the global movement, though, millions stand up throughout the world in honor of Charlie Kirk. His following of Christian young people are amazing. Well, the mentally ill, which is the people that are trying to stop it, want some to die. They call them terrible names. Thought they would rid the world of Charlie works. Oh my God. Millions of Charlie Kirks now. What amazes me is I taught for about 15 years in the high school. And so I worked with different students and I had wonderful students, but I was a very different teacher. I didn't do I had to go to university and get a degree, but I taught through the apprenticeship program, beauty culture, aesthetics, and whatever. And so my mandate wasn't to the federal government or to my mandate, let's put it this way, wasn't to the school board I was working for. So if they said that I had to fail everybody, it was like, no. Number one, the apprenticeship board, how we gave marks, okay, how we marked the people was they had a theory and they had a practical, and we had to do that. And at the end of the term, I think it was 2015 or 16, I finished. And actually, Tony Lovell from the apprenticeship board called and he goes, Sandra, we want to talk to you, the apprenticeship board. The reason is in all the years I taught in 5 different school boards. My students all got marked. My students all won at the Skills Canada and a lot of competitions. They had the highest marks in technical, the highest marks in practical. They got a $5,000 check and they got the red seal. Boom. What I did do, I taught. Okay. We have to understand, you don't, I understand that our students are very wise, but they can be indoctrinated. And right now you have to be really careful because they have been indoctrinated and brainwashed. That's all I have to say. So I love this new movement that's actually coming out. Okay, so 2025 is actually going to be the milestone that makes history and one they'll talk about for decades. It's like walking between two worlds. Unbelievable. The shift in consciousness, which, if we go back to November 20th of 2024, when Pluto moved into Aquarius, which is coming the golden era of enlightenment, the higher consciousness of Aquarius. Okay. Shifting consciousness as we're all embracing the ascension process, which means we're having challenges with our bodies and everything. We're shifting and changing. It's like the caterpillar becoming the butterfly, which is awakening to your soul, which is my new book that's out, which is really what's happened. We're awakening to our soul. Greater universal consciousness. I like to explain it simply as aligning with divine, God, source, whatever. Okay. As in the number 8 is my top. It's the non-physical spiritual. The bottom part of the 8 is my body. It's the physical. Okay. And what we have to do is we're aligning. Now, also, at the same time, we are experiencing the North Node in Pisces and the South Node in Virgo from January 11th of 2025 until July 26th of 2026. Last time the North Node in Pisces, South Node was June, think of these dates, June 23rd, 2006 to December 18th, 2007. So it was an 18-month cycle and there's an 18-year turnaround. So what was happening in your life then? Golly, I know lots of people, they walked out of their marriage. A lot of people moved. A lot of people quit their job. A lot of people broke up just relationships that had started. It was just like, wow. Now, it's very important that if you're really into this, if you actually have your natal astrology chart and you check the house or houses and the degrees of the planets, okay? So, and where the nodes are visiting right now. So again, find out where Pisces and Virgo is. Okay. The nodal axis for you personally, you have one personally and we have one collectively. Okay. Is that basically focused on releasing this one, Virgo energies. As we release them, because Virgos are very practical, they're very analytical, they're perfectionists, the tendencies, that's the tendencies that they favor. Now, the Pisces, okay, so Virgo is earth, Pisces is water. So it's more compassion, spiritual, intuition, imagination, surrender. We have pressure on how to move forward. It's a reset, the energetic shift, your wake up call started on August 23rd of 2025 with the new moon at 0 degrees of Virgo. And that 0 degrees and 29 degrees in astrology are critical or analytic degrees, but the 0 is the beginning energy. So yeah, everybody set their new intentions. So we have 2 new moons in Virgos at 0 degrees. And that started the portal. And the 29 degrees we're going to talk about today finishes this. So during that time, there was intense energies, okay, throughout the world. And I'm sure with you also. Prepare to be mindful. and embrace the Libra equinox portal on Monday, September the 22nd. Also, the first day of fall, a new season of change. Now we're finishing the eclipse cycle on September 21st of 2025 with the new moon partial solar eclipse at 29 degrees of Virgo, also called the degree of fate or critical. Represents the culmination, like an ending. Wowzer, you will be feeling it prior to and up to 6 months. So see what's happening in your life. It's suggesting a period of a very intense learning and pivotal transitions as you move to a new stage in your life. Okay, this requires resolution, deep transformation, a sense of completion, of letting go so that the new beginning, we can't hold on. We have to surrender and let it go. It's just like when you're having a diet, everybody wants to go on a diet, and it's like, okay, I'm going to go on my diet, but I really still need to do this, and I really need to, when you do it, this is where you're going, this is what you're staying on. It's just like if you're traveling. If I'm going to travel to, say, Greece, to get on the plane, I have to get out of Canada, do I not? This is the same kind of thing. Shift. Is suggesting very, very intense learning, pivotal. Okay. And so it's like the fascinating thing is you wake up one day and you just go, I'm done. I'm finished. I don't want this anymore. I am ready for change. I choose not to keep doing the same things over and over, allowing certain patterns, behaviors, thoughts, and emotions to dictate my life, like stuck in the hamster wheel. All of a sudden you wake up, it's like you wake up and it's like, wow, what an incredible year that brings opportunities for personal and professional growth. Your personal power, claiming your personal authority, sovereignty, and emotional authenticity, self-mastery. Let us examine the signs now. Let us start with Virgo. What does Virgo mean? Virgo's a mutable earth sign. And we all have Virgo, and we all have every one of the 12 energies somewhere in our charts. An earth sign, which has to do with health and routine, daily work, being of service to others, alternative health and job situations. And it's ruled by Mercury, which is I analyze. Okay, so now this could have affected your health, your nervousness, workaholic tendencies, can be insecurity, can be anger, can be envy, can be jealousy, can be a lot of anxiety, a lot of worry. You can be hard on yourself. There's a lot of uncertainty, addictions, body weight, body, mind, and spirit health. Also, work situations, communication could affect communication, different possessions, wealth, physical realities, and earthy states. Now, let us examine Pisces, which is a mutable water sign, which has to do with compassion, imagination, selfless nature, emotionality, shapeshifting, ruled by the planet Neptune, which is I sense. So now this could have affected your subconscious. It could have had confusion, could have given away your power, but a lot of intuition, some type of control, guilt, a lot of deception around you, inspiration, dreams, spiritual enlightenment, fantasy, and psychic powers. Now, if you have your personal North Node, Virgo, that's you, are embracing the Virgoian tendencies of practicality. I have a friend that's doing this. And that person needs to be more analytical, mindful, and align these tendencies with their South Node and Pisces of compassion, spiritual intuition, and imagination surrender. Now, if you have your North Node in Pisces, you're embracing the Pisces tendencies of compassion, okay, spiritual intuition and imagination. So you're letting go of the Virgo of being too hard on yourself, issues of control. Now, even if you don't have that particular nodal axis, somewhere in your chart, you have a Virgo and you have a Pisces. So look at that. As we enter the golden age of enlightenment, the higher consciousness, the sign of Aquarius, on November 20th, when the planet Pluto moved to 0 degrees Aquarius until 2044. Now, Pluto is the sign of transformation. It's deconstruction and change. The sign Aquarius is ruled by the planet Uranus, which embodies the energy of freedom, being very eccentric, very, very innovative. It's called the populist movement. And what do we have going to Ottawa this week? Another populist movement of truckers. It's a better future for society, big picture thinking, and the energy of lightning, the creative genius. So when it comes to politics, the politicians need to understand that the taxpayers pay their wages. So the politicians actually work for us. That's a huge shift in consciousness. Now, Pluto right now went retrograde May the 4th until October 13th, 2025. So this period of 5 months encourages you to do some self-introspection, some internal transformation, deeply examine your relationships, your personal power in all areas of equality, freedom, and societal change. Then, September 7th, we had a full moon lunar eclipse at 15 degrees of Pisces. Many significant shifts in priorities for many. Then we have all the transpersonal planets change signs. So Pluto, which rules Scorpio, Neptune, which rules Pisces, and Uranus, which rules Aquarius. Huge. We call those the big kahunas. Okay. When the intention is to achieve a harmonious state as you align the physical and the spiritual together. Okay. Whatever house the energies are in, the goal is to cultivate inner harmony between body, mind, and spirit. So find what houses the new moon, partial solar eclipse at 29 degrees of Virgo is visiting. It's dancing in your chart. Now, a sense of calm, for me, I can only say the energies have been very erratic. I've moved. It was like I was working till 5 the other morning, and all of a sudden, there was so many things that were going wrong, and all of a sudden, there was a shift. Because I've had high anxiety, that type of thing, and it was just a shift of like, wow. Okay. And so that's just what I'm talking about. A sense of calm and contentment that is not dependent on external conditions, only things I have control over. I'm not in control of others of the world. Time to engage in self-reflection. Go within, fostering a tranquil, fulfilling inner life. Practice self-love, acceptance for who you are, what you have, an attitude of gratitude. Practice self-love. Every day I count my blessings, even though I have had a very interesting life. I've had a great life. I've had a near-death experience and a lot of things on the outside. And so, yeah, like an attitude of gratitude. Okay. Other conditions that people have is a lack of direction. There's a lot of confusion. The thing I'm going to tell you is it's time, and for me, I looked at it too. My friend Anne helped me, is to prioritize self-care. A lack of harmonious inner state is often referred to as an inner conflict, a mental discord, or emotional turbulence. This condition actually arises from obstacles such as mental discord or emotional turmoil. So what does that mean? Well, I had moved, I had all this work to do, I had to change all this stuff, everything's happening. And then all of a sudden I had to take a deep breath, make my checklist and go through it one by one by one by one by one and start my exercise program and everything. Now, work, balance the budget, everyday living, figure it out. Always remember, when you take another person's inventory, it's very easy to look at it. And it was interesting that everybody took Charlie Kirk's inventory. Only when the finger came back to them, whoa, a lot of them lost their jobs. Okay. I don't have to tell you about it. It's out there. So when you look in the mirror and if you point a finger at somebody, how many fingers are pointing back? Okay. And what that means is in order to change your life and understand the root causes of your own inner conflict, okay, you have to go within. Now, the wonderful thing is we're going to experience a beautiful grand trine with Pluto at 1 degree of Aquarius and Uranus at 1 degree of Gemini. 5 times. So set your intentions and trust in divine timing as life unfolds, as you become mindful, aware, and care for your body, mind, and spirit. Having trust, having patience, surrender and give it to whatever God, a divine source, whatever your belief is, and allow. A desire to enjoy ourselves or grow our relationships can be motivators right now. As we align with cosmic consciousness, that's mine. We embrace the energies of truth. I'm a truth sayer. Okay. And a gatekeeper. And it's about sovereignty, emotional honesty, unconditional love, and unity consciousness as the energies of lies are crumbling with intolerance for anything inauthentic as they are being revealed. Hopefully something resonates with you. Ensure you print this off. I have a thing on Facebook that I posted so that you can check the dates. And I hope you have your natal chart and many blessings and much love. And I would really appreciate once you've watched the video, if you would like, if you would share, if you'd push the notification button, and if you leave a comment. Okay. And so all I can say is many blessings and much love as we embrace this incredible time in our lives. Thank you.